Welcome back, Warriors and Warettes. My name is Lebanon. How are you guys doing today? Next up, we have, of course, our next match, our second match in the DPL Scouting Tour for Zero Foxgiven, and which I love that freaking name. That's a name that's just so freaking cool. When you have a name like that, it makes you want to just play for that team. Please draft me, love. In all honesty, it was like I said, we skated through on a bad decision win. In the last match, where really we didn't deserve to win, but we got a win because our opponent made a egregious error at the very end with Mega Scizor instead of not roosting. It happens. We were able to get that win, but don't like I said, always keep offensive pressure up because you never know if your opponent will make the mistake that will cost you the game. Exactly, that happens. This round, we were up against another interesting team. The team that got first in the draft pit was our last team. The team that got second in the draft, as far as order goes, picked next. They had Tapu Koko, Hydreigon, Infernape, Hippowdon, Empoleon, Reuniclus, Abomasnow Mega, and Type Null. He did not bring the Mega out. I understand why he didn't bring the Mega out, but at the same time, always a fun Mega to see. This was his first match of the tournament. I ended up having to do a play-in match. But anyway, I brought in it's the same, pretty much the exact same Arcanine, a offensive Mega Lopunny this time. I brought in a leftovers Rachi. Still brought in the same specs Jolteon, and then of course Banded Azumarill, and then Choice Scarf Creognal. Let's see how we do. So Rachi goes out to start things off. Rachi is actually my rock setter this time around, so I'm just going to go ahead, and if I remember correctly, I do just drop some rocks right here. Just get something going, just get something created. He goes into a Hippowdon. Hippowdon, of course, usually only has just Earthquake for an attack, so I go straight into Creognal, because even the Creognal's Levitate ability is not going to block it out. So literally I get the Ice Beam off, and that freeze is a huge advantage right there as far as X and Y. He switches out right here, so Infernape comes in. Infernape just eats it up, 25%. Still a fun hit to take. I'm happy to take that on a poke to drop 25% on an Infernape right there and get that free hit. He goes into Type Null, and this is where it gets fun. He hits the Thunder Wave, which is always never fun to see that happen to your offensive weapon. But whatever, I get the knockoff. The Eviolite's gone, so I'm not as worried about Type Null anymore. I hit the T-Bolt right here. He rests. Okay, you can rest all you want. That's kind of cute, but at this point now you got a sleep Pokemon and you got a frozen Pokemon, and so granted he goes back into a Powdon. I am choice, so I can't make the move, and I am getting beaten up by the Sandstorm. So obviously I have to switch out. Going right into Irie right here, and basically I'm just going to hit Aqua Jet, see what I can do as far as some Dam Dam. The Dam Dam is still not that great. Type Null is still thick, even with the Eviolite off. But whatever, I am going to be able to kill him as long as I can basically not get Paraflinch right here. Paraflinch does not happen. I am able to get the kill, and yeehaw, we have broken through one of his walls on his team, and now it's more of trying a pivot play. I go into Jolteon right here, hoping that maybe he screws up and hits an electric type attack. He does not, so whatever. I go into Lopunny here, as basically I'm just trying to get some chip damage off. Mega Evolve, Fake Out, yeehaw, get a little love tap damage, and now it's time for us to break some biscuits. Hit the Drain Punch, because basically his Hippowdon's frozen, right? I'm getting buffeted by the Sandstorm. I don't want to take any more damage. I could have probably gotten the kill faster with a different move, but honestly, I just believed that Drain Punch to keep my health up was probably more important in that situation. My other harder attack was Return. So anyway, he goes into Reuniclus. I go back into Rachi. And at this point, I'm just going to Iron Head him a little bit, just trying to get a little hacks on him. I'm realizing that I'm not hitting him hard enough, and I didn't have what I wanted to have, but I'm just going to try to hacks him out. And so basically, double flinch hacks. Remember, it's a 60% roll on Serene Grace, so it is kind of a douche thing to do that over and over again. But at the same time, it's a legit strategy. There's a reason why it works. He goes into Koko, realizing that I'm hacking him so hard. He goes into Koko. And basically, I'm just going to, he's playing the Roost game. I'm going to keep clicking Iron Head because I'm doing enough damage to where, I'm doing close to what his Roost is basically taking up, to where he's never going to be able to really get out of a 2-hit shot away from the Roost. I mean, And the reason why I just keep hitting the roost why he keeps hitting the roost and I keep hitting the iron head over and over again, I have more iron heads than he has roosts. So I don't really care. At the end of the day, he's going to have no roosts left if he kept on playing that game, so it doesn't bother me. I had enough investment to be able to survive a Dark Pulse, and then I just tackle it back with Dazzling Gleam. Was pointed out to me afterwards that I forgot that Rachi has Moonblast. I really wasn't paying attention to that. I just saw a fairy attack, and I was like, well, he has an X4 fairy weakness, and even though I have 0 special attacking of investment, and I think I actually had a negative nature on it, it's still a one-shot at that point because it's an X4 weakness, and Rachi has a decent natural special attack. So I get the Dazzling Gleam off right here. This is kind of where I make that mistake. That's a big mistake that I make right there. In all honesty, I could have gotten more damage or at least a flinch opportunity. I wouldn't have gotten any more damage. I would have gotten less damage with Iron Head, but it would have been a flinch opportunity had I used Iron Head instead. I forget what my 4th move is, but I don't think it would have helped. It wasn't a psychic attack if that's what you're asking. It wasn't like Heart Stamp or something like that. But anyway, so I really just at this point I was just like, well, I could basically try to play a switch game and endanger something, or I could just play safe. I hadn't shown Arcanine yet, but the rocks are down, and I have no hazard removal on this team. So, like I said, just sack Rachi. He gets a speed bump, but I really don't care because Arcanine's now got to come out here and intimidate him, and then basically E-speed kill. Boom! Second E-speed kill, by the way, for Arcanine in this tournament. True story. I realized right here that I was hoping I could have it just a bit more of a damage on the Reuniclus. I didn't quite have enough damage, so I'm going to switch in Azumarill right here. Rachi is down, so I can't hack the Reuniclus. Reuniclus is now going to go +1, so I hit the knockoff, get an 88% on there. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. And now I'm just going to basically knock off against him, and so long as I don't get paraflinched, I go through. So I break through every single paraflinch, which was awesome, and I basically survive it out. So now I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to knock off on him. He loses the life orb, so now he's losing his damage ability. And really, I'm just going to stay in and keep on damaging it. Even though he's roosting way more than I'm hitting him, I'm really just trying to force him into offensive pressure or force him to burn all of his roosts. That's really what I was trying to do. I wasn't sure how much longer it would go, but I knew I could break him in the face with Faceless, because Faceless was a 2-shot, and he did not have the ability to kill me in a 1-shot from any health that I had with Faceless. So it wasn't really a problem regardless. I get the kill right there, a 3-0 kill win with Faceless, of course, picking up the end kill. Arcanine picking up its second extreme speed kill of the tournament. Felt really nice to get a 3-0 win. I know that I did have a lot of things go in my favor. I had some flinches. I did not get I only got para-flinched once in like 12 attacks by Azumarill, which was awesome. And basically all my predictions essentially paid off. The investment that I put in HP for Rachi definitely paid off as well, being able to survive that Dark Pulse. I don't know if it was Specs Hydreigon, I don't know if it was Choice Hydreigon. I know it was Invested Hydreigon. And so it was nice to live that and be able to bop it back. So we advance through right here and find ourselves one step closer to the ultimate prize in the tournament. Thank you guys. We'll see you back next with our third match.